Right, hey everyone, this is Miss Time Bunny. Don't worry, I have got a mask here. I've just taken it off for a little bit so I can talk and quickly do this video. But I am in Fareham at the moment. Well, bit of context, I was basically up this way for an interview earlier. I was like up by the CAMS school, CAMS hotel golf course area. So basically back that way, sort of as it were. And I thought I'd come and have a quick wander up to Fareham and get some food and just have a quick wander around some of the bits that I used to, you know, haunt when my nan used to live up this way. And we're talking quite a few years ago now, because she moved back down to Portsmouth quite a few years back now. So, but yeah, just basically long story short, she used to live up this way for quite a few years. I think ever since I was a wee sprog when I was little. Bearing in mind I'm 39 now and going to be 40 next year. So yeah, she lived up this way for quite some time. But then I think it was like a few years ago, she moved back down to Portsmouth. So, but yeah, I'm just sat in the park now, which is like, so one of the places I used to come quite a lot to sort of like come and like play about and have walks and such like, and then sort of like back down the road there is basically going towards like the town centre. So right, I'm just going to quickly pause and turn the camera around. So this be the park. I think sort of like quote unquote structurally it hasn't really changed an awful lot. Over there is the leisure centre, which looks like it has sort of changed cosmetically a little bit over the years, because I'm not sure that coloured roof used to be there with the stripes going down. I don't think it used to look like that. So yeah, it's probably had cosmetic changes, quote unquote facelifts with quotation marks. And that little skate park over there, I don't think used to be there. I don't remember it, so I think that's a fairly new thing. And just over there, just around the corner of where that couple are sitting, the little play park is still there. But again, I think it, glancing over when I was walking up, I think it's had some cosmetic changes over the years and probably been updated to make it safer and all that gubbins. But yeah, that little park's still there, and I used to sort of play around there a lot. And I think roughly where my nan used to live, I'm obviously not going to show the actual property, but it's trying to like, there we go. So I was trying, roughly sort of there, like kind of where you see those two trees there, and then the taller one sort of. I think her house is like roughly on that, like behind that section of trees there, if I remember correctly. I would have taken a little walk down the road and such like to show for context, but I'm feeling a bit like, nah, well, my lower back's hurting at the moment, so no. But yeah, that's where she roughly lived. So because there's a little alleyway that sort of kind of runs behind the properties and the trees, it comes out sort of at this end, and then you can like come out into the park. Oh, but the amount of times I used to go in there like to go swimming, that's basically I think where I learnt to swim was in there. And the amount of times I sort of like, my nan used to take me there when I was a sprog, and then we'd have chip butties afterwards. That was great. So yeah, I thought I'd just do a quick video just to share a bit of sort of like reminiscing, as it were. Just because I thought I was sat here having a bit of a chill, resting me back after having a bit of a walk round after food before I get the bus home. So yeah, a lot of the old place don't change much, as it were. But there are bits that I've noticed where it's been sort of like years since I've been up this way. Bits have changed, but I think it's a case of it hasn't changed as dramatically as I thought it might have done. As I said, like sort of little bits of the park have changed, but that's probably more to do with just sort of like doing updates for various reasons, either like due to safety requirements, legal stuff, or just generally trying to add new stuff for like kids to do, you know, sort of just general updating because things look tired, you know those kind of reasons. But generally the park looks predominantly the same, although I think now that I'm an adult it does seem a bit smaller. But yeah, as I said, that could just be like where I'm an adult now, obviously, and whereas before I used to come up here as like a more of a when I was a child, sort of early teens, so we're talking like a good 20 to 30 years ago, the sort of kind of time span that I used to come up here and stay. It wasn't until I think I started getting older, like I'd say from probably about 17, 18 onwards, that I kind of dropped off coming up this way to like visit my nan and stay over and such like, so excuse me. So yeah, we're talking about, yeah, so when I was probably around about 17, 18 when I started going to college, I kind of started dropping off coming up. So yeah, so we're talking about like a good 20 odd years ago that things have obviously slowly changed, and I have come up this way obviously on the odd occasion since then to go to like the shopping centre and stuff, but I've not really ventured round sort of like this area so much, sort of like where my nan used to live, because I've like, as I got older and didn't visit so much, and then obviously then she moved as well, I kind of didn't have, this is going to sound awful, especially considering she used to still live up here for a bit, it's kind of like I almost had like not much reason to come up here, because I think it was like I had my own life and obviously college and working, and then as I said, she then moved back down to Portsmouth as well, because I think she was feeling a bit, I'm all up here on me Jack Jones, I'm going to come back down to Portsmouth and be a bit nearer the family kind of thing. So it was more of a, I was off having my own life, and then I had no reason to come up here much anyway. But yeah, I thought I'd just come and have a little reminisce, have a sit. Although there is that part, this is going to make me sound terrible, but there is that part of me that feels a little bit mad that she sold the house. I know that's going to sound really, really selfish and really awful, but it was like, I really loved the house that she lived in. And it was one of those things where I think there was like a little dream situation in my head where I would have loved it if she'd sort of like left the house to me or something. But no, she went and bloody sold up and basically moved, didn't she? Selfish move. But I've always said that like if in an ideal situation, if I ever had the money to like buy it outright and it came back on the market, I so would. So who knows? Maybe that will happen one day. Maybe I'll be able to, I'll come into pots of money, or I'll somehow have the disposable income and the house will come back on the market, because if it does, and I'm in a situation to do so, I am so buying that house back, because it's like, no, I had my eye on that house. How dare these people decide they're going to sell houses up and move? Bloody people, they're all selfish. How dare they? But yeah, that's kind of like a little silly dream that I've got, that yeah, it would be nice to sort of like kind of like buy the house back and be like, no, that's mine, I'm having that back. You people who are in there, get out of my house, it's mine. That should have been my house. But yeah, that's what I think I liked about the property, is like, it was obviously very close to a park, as I showed in an earlier clip, like showing you like roughly, give or take, where like the back of my nan's property like roughly like was, give or take. Because obviously you can see it was really close to a park, really close to the leisure centre. Those of you that know Fareham will know that this particular park / nearby roads going round it, you know, sort of like aren't really all that far from the town centre. And also I think just a little bit further sort of like up that way, There's also the train station. So that particular property where my nan lived is like right in between like the train station and the sort of like town centre bus station area. So yeah, it was just like, but yeah, I'm going to stop here because I'm just rambling and being weird and just talking a lot of nonsense, no doubt. So I will end here and see you all in the next video.